All right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for being late for 10 minutes. My apology. I was on transit. All right. Thank you for those of you that are already waiting. I really apologize for that 7 minutes lateness for keeping you waiting. My sincere apology. I hope our day is going on well. Yeah. So without wasting further time, we'll go into the discussion for today, which is Unit 4, right? We are on Unit 4. Last week when we met, we were able to cover Units 2 and 3. And remember, we are still on Module 1. And I told you that Module 1 has 4 units under it. And in our first class interaction, we cover Unit 1, and last week, which was the second week in this semester, we actually covered 2 units, which was Unit 2 and 3. And today we'll be looking at Unit 4, which is the last unit of Module 1. But before we dive deep into the discussion for today, are there questions or anything you want to clarify on the previous unit we have covered? Any question, any clarification, or any contribution you want to make on the previous unit that we covered so far? Okay. I'm not seeing any electronic hands up, so I believe, or I want to interpret that as it was well understood. Yeah. And please, the 3 modules have been posted on our WhatsApp group as well as our course page. Let's endeavor to download them and go through them. The 1 hour interaction we have is not sufficient enough to cover the depth of each of the units. So that is why it is called facilitation. So I'm pleading with you that please find time to go through the course material. Since you now have it, the latest copy of the course material, make out time to please go through them and understand them. If you do have any question, feel free to post it on our WhatsApp. That is the essence of the WhatsApp group, so that we can interact outside the normal 1 hour once a week that we meet, and be sure that it will be well covered. So if there is no question, we'll go to the lesson of today. Like I said, it's Unit 4 of Module 1, Unit 4 of Module 1. That's what we are covering today. That's what we'll be discussing or interacting on today. I can see Edith and please, you may go ahead and let's hear what you have to share with us. Edith, you are permitted to speak.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Please, the modules you posted. I observed something yesterday when I was trying to do my TMA. Okay. I tried checking on the hard copy I have, but I found out that some questions were not in the hard copy. So I went to download this one you posted, but I now observed that there are difference, as in there will I say an adjustment in this module you posted. So is it that we should use this one you posted, or we should use this one we printed? I want to know the right material to use for this course.
The right material is the one that I'm using with you, that I posted on the WhatsApp page and on the school page. That is the right material. I want to presume that the one you are having is not subdivided into modules, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That was the one we used last academic session. That is an old material which we are not continuing with this semester. Please kindly use the most current one, which I'm using with you. That is why I've posted it on the WhatsApp group and also on the school page. That is the current one. That is the one you should use.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And circulate it to as many of the learners that are taking this course. I don't want anyone to fail this course, please. Okay, Basi, I can see your hand. You may speak. Basi?
Good afternoon.
Basi?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
For your time. Please, that WhatsApp group that you were mentioning last week, I
think we lost. I'm not sure if I get what you said.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, with regards to the WhatsApp group, I said as of that last week, they said that, and I was trying to click on that link, but my device freeze. I couldn't link. I couldn't.
Okay. Okay. So
the WhatsApp group.
Yes. Okay. I think. Do you have any friend? Do you have any colleague who is on it? The person can share the link with you. If not, we'll try and post it. I think the class rep. I'm not sure if Chin. I'm not sure of her name now. I don't want to, but we have the class rep. I'm not sure if she's in class right now. If she's here, may I kindly please ask you to share the link again on the chat so that those who were not able to join or access it last class can have access to it. Or if anybody in this group has the link, you may kindly post it. If not, before the end of the class, I will try and post it.
I've posted it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very
You're welcome,
much. Basi, you may drop your electronic hand.
Okay, ma'am.
And before I proceed with the class with our class interaction today, like I said, this is a facilitation. This is not a lecture where you expect me to just download information to you. That is why you are given the course material ahead of time so that you can also read through so that we come here and discuss and not your facilitator alone speaking. So I truly and honestly crave your participation. And for those of us who are at home, please, this is a class session. Endeavor to mute yourself. If you are not sharing, if you are not talking, if you are not sharing any thoughts concerning the lesson, kindly mute yourself so that you don't distract us in class. I believe we have understanding on that. All right, thank you so much. So, like I said that we are still on Module 1, Unit 4, and the title of Unit 4 is Community and Public Health in Nigeria. So in the context of the country Nigeria, that is what we are going to look at, community and public health. And as usual, we always have a learning goal for each of the units that we cover. And for this Unit 4, we have the following learning goals for it. And I would like one of us to share the learning goals, as you can see from the screen. Who is able to share with us the learning goal for this unit? Deborah.
Hello, ma.
Yes, what are the learning goals for this
Hello,
unit?
ma. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Okay, the learning goals. Good afternoon, ma. How is up, ma?
Fine, thanks.
Thank you. The learning goals at the end of the unit 4, we'll be able to discuss the history of community public health in Nigeria. Then we outline the various organizations that help to shape community public health. Then analyze the roles each of these organizations play in shaping community public health in Nigeria.
Yes, exactly. Those are the three major learning objectives or learning goals that we are expected to be able to say or write or defend at the end of our discussion today. And for our introduction, of course, we know that, please mute yourself. So, of course, we know that for better community organizing and careful long-time planning, it is essential that the community makes the best. Okay, I'll have to mute everyone now. So, until I ask you to, unless you want to share your thoughts, please don't unmute yourself. Thank you. So we know that the community plays an important role based on the resources that they have for health, and also in terms of emergency when it comes to an epidemic of something in the community plays a vital role in having to organize the community member to see how they can prevent further problem or spreading of a certain problem. And we understand that the concept of public health has also existed even before scientific were coined that name as public health. And we know that the issue of disease and health as well is as old as mankind, because ever since man existed in this world, we understand that there has been one problem or the other in regards to health. And of course, in African community or in African context, we have a lot of indigenous traditional ways of responding to any calamity or any disease conditions. And we'll also look at that in this lesson. It is also important that the aim of public health, as we have looked at it from Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3, is to prevent disease and also to promote health and also for curative purposes. And we see that it's not only that when we talk of community and public health, it's not only for prevention alone. You also want to promote health, and you also look at the curative practice of it. And we know that ever since, even before the colonial masters, this has been. It's just that science has made it more elaborate and more or better reform than it was before the colonial masters. So what is public health? We understand that public health is as old as disease is as old as mankind. But then when we define public health, we said it concerns the protection of the health of the entire population. So in terms of public health, this concept is more concerned with the health or the well-being of the entire population. And when you say population, it can be a small local neighborhood. I think we made a series of examples during our first class, that a community of people can be like us in this unit now offering NSC 303. We are community of people. So if anything concerns any of us in this class, we have to protect, we have to prevent any forms of illnesses or any forms of, let's say, in the context of our lesson, we must prevent failure in this group. And at the same time, we must protect and we must study and we must do everything as a community of NSC 303. So we see that public health as a definition, and who would like to share with us the definition of public health according as science rightly put it?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
The definition of public health. Public health is concerned with protecting the health of the entire population. This population can be as small as a local neighborhood or as big as the entire country or region of the world. Thus, public health is defined as the science of protecting and improving the health of families and communities.
So, as she was saying, please get some water to drink, please. So as she was while she's looking after herself, as she was saying that it is a way of science of protecting, improving. You are not only protecting, but you also want to improve the health that you have of the family, because family, individual makes a family and family makes a community. And so what do? Through what? Protect. You improve health. It is through promotion of healthy lifestyle. So in the community, public health emphasize promotion of healthy lifestyle. Not only that, do findings for on disease and injuries prevention. How can disease and injury be prevented in a community, as well as we want to, it also aim, one of its objectives also is to also detect and control any form of disease or infection. So that is the simple definition of public health. Please take some water. So we've seen that public health is both science and art of preventing, prolonging life. You want to prevent disease, you want to prolong life, you want to promote physical health and efficiency through an organized community effort. And please, should in case you get this question, either in your TMA or in your exam, it is important that in definition, please don't leave out the keywords. These keywords, without it, you will not get your full scores. And most of the time, it is good to understand that it is not your facilitator that mark your scripts. So your scripts can be given to another lecturer to mark. And it is based on this that you will be marked. So I don't want you to underscore yourself or shortchange yourself. Pay attention to the keywords that we use in each of the definition. I hope I'm clear on that. So, context of public health practice, or when you talk of traditional practice in the society of Nigeria, how would you describe traditional medicine in Nigeria? Who would like to share with us what he or she, or how he or she would explain traditional medicine response to health or to disease in the context of Nigeria as a nation. Anyone to share his or her thoughts? Anyone?
Yeah,
okay, please go ahead.
I think traditional medicine has to do with treatment of illness and diseases without the uses of chemical drugs and the use of herbs and other physiotherapists.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. The use of herbs. Okay. Okay. And we know that before the advent of science, of medications, or drugs, there has been traditional medicine. True or false? True or false?
True.
True. Yes. Our ancient fathers have a way of taking care of themselves when they are healed in one form or the other. And we know that the origin of sin in Africa was also simplicity, as in it's either it is believed that the gods are angry with an individual and the gods have inflicted such calamity or disease on the person or on that family. And so we see that when it comes to disease, it is believed, it is based on belief that a spell has been cast on a family or a person. So you understand. But science made it more understanding or simpler for us that no, it is not all diseases that you can attribute to this. She understand, but at the same time, because public health deals with more of people at the grassroots, we also want to be careful so that they don't also they also listening to us. And that is why you see a lot of people when they are faced with one disease or the other, they want to do regular rituals, they want to do sacrifice to the ancestors. Yeah, some people believe that their fathers or their mothers or their forefathers who died is not happy with them. And that is why he has inflicted them with this disease or that disease. But most of the time, we see that that is not true. Those who die do not have any affliction with those of us that are living. So, and that's it. So we have categories of traditional practices, and there are 6. There are 5, I mean. So what are these? What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Yes. What are these 5 classes or categories of traditional practices that we have? Olaoye, you want to? Okay. Elizabeth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may
We
go
have
ahead.
Herbalists.
Yes.
Traditional surgeons, traditional bone setters, practitioners of the therapeutic occultism.
Okay.
In brackets, spiritual healers.
Yes. Those are the major categories of traditional practices that we have in the society. So we'll have to unpack them now. When you say traditional, when we say herbalist, what comes to your mind when you hear the word herbalist?
Herbs.
Herbs.
Herbs, okay. Herbs. You are right. You are right. But you see, in a more broader way, when we hear the word herbalist, we know that largely what they do, they make use of herbs, that is medicinal or plants or part of a plant to cure disease, right? Are we together?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So the herbalists mainly, they are the individuals or group of people who use herbs or medicinal plants or part of a plant to cure disease. So, and you see, an example of an herbalist is what? Awu. Great.
Native doctor.
You said? Example are traditional birth attendants.
Native doctors.
Native doctors, yes, the traditional birth attendants. They are one good example of an herbalist, because what do? The traditional birth attendants, they occupy they are the largest group of herbalists that we have in Nigeria. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, they are. And I understand that they even have an association. They have an association. And believe you me, the doctors and the nurses are working collaboratively with them, because we've discovered that majority of the community members feel comfortable, especially the pregnant women. They patronize them a lot. And so we don't want to have complication in the hospital setting or in our PAC. So what the nurses and the doctors are doing now is to kind of meet with them and talk with them and see how we can help them modify the kind of treatment they give, and at what time they should not keep a patient with them. They must refer to doctors and they must refer to the hospital. That is very important. We've established that. But they are the first point of contact in the community. We cannot play ignorant of that. We can't play ignorant of that. And the next is the traditional surgeons. What do they do? What are the examples? Let's even establish example of traditional surgeons. Who are they?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. They are the people that normally carry out circumcision or all these tribal marks, I think.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. Yes. Their function is mainly in cutting of tribal marks. Even it's just that you cannot see me closely. I do have a tribal mark. You can see it. So these are the people that gave me the tribal mark when I was much younger. My parents, who actually believed in them, visited them and this mark. And not only that, they also do circumcision, both for male and female. They do circumcision where they have to cut, for the females, they have to cut part of the clitoris, which we are saying that should be put to an end. And they do circumcision also for male child. They carry out all this special, their duty with the use of a special knife. They have a special knife or scissors that they use and to perform their operation. And so, and the wounds that result from this operation is usually treated with local procedures. They don't use antibiotics. They don't come to the hospital for dressing, no. But they use, I can see your hand, Martha. Let me just finish these thoughts, then you will come in. So they use local procedures as well as local herbs to treat this wound as a result of the surgery that they have performed. Martha, please, you may go ahead and share your thoughts. Hello, Martha, I saw your electronic ends up. Okay, hopefully she'll. So the next point, the next category of traditional practice that we have in Nigeria is who? Traditional bone setter. Yes, Stella Okafor, please, let's hear your thoughts. You want to tell us or you want to share with us or elaborate on traditional bone setters? Please, you may speak. Stella Okafor, your hand is raised. I've given you the platform. Okay, maybe she's not hearing us or she has problem with her internet. So, who are traditional bone? Okay, who are traditional bone setters? Who is sharing with us?
Hello. Oh.
Okay, speak. You have the
I think traditional setup. Hello. Yeah, I think traditional bone setters are those that use traditional means to fix bone, especially for those who have broken bones. So they use their traditional herbs, and there's a way they manipulate the bones in order to fix it.
Yes, yes.
They specialize in fixing broken bones.
Yes, you are right, and they are very skilled. They are very skilled in doing their work. I've seen. I once have a friend whose brother had an accident and he was in the hospital for 7 months, thereabouts. At the end of the day, I think a friend of the brother said, no, they need to take their brother out and take them to a traditional bone setter. And they did. And amazingly, the brother is back on his feet now. So the traditional bone setters are actually, they are recognized to have attained a level of success comparably to that of the orthodox. Yes, in Nigeria, I'm talking in terms of in Nigerian context. And a lot of family actually visit them. Okafor, I've given you the platform. When your network is okay, please, you can speak. So, and the last point, we want to look at the tradition, the practitioners of therapeutic occultism, that is the spiritual healers. Who are they and what is their main function or work? Azan? Naomi, you want to share with us?
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
I think the practitioners for therapeutic occultism has to do with maybe enchantment. I'm not sure, so as to take away an ailment from an individual.
Okay. Yeah, you are almost there.
Hello.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, ma. The spiritual healer, I think all these our alpha and pastor did something like that in kind of praying for people and the use of all these our priests through prayer.
Okay. Yes, we can actually classify the spiritual leaders into this category, sort of. but largely they are actually fortune teller. When you say practitioner of therapeutic occultism, they are largely fortune teller who are seers. You know, people who they can you can go to them, they can say, okay, no, maybe is the mother in your house or is your stepmother that is actually causing this problem for you. So, and I know that some alphas and some priests also fall into that category, but not all of them. Yes, I know that not all our spiritual leaders engage in this kind of in this aspect of providing spiritual healing. There are people that they just engage you in prayer. But some, yes, I have seen and I've heard and I've also read that some priests, some are fast, and also the supernatural ways of providing healing to people. And we also have the people, the traditional people who use incantations. Yes, I've watched it in some occasions where they have to make some incantations, and based on the incantation, they have their way of knowing or seeing who is actually behind the problem, or what is actually the problem and the solution to the problem of the disease an individual is going through. So they prescribe certain rituals or sacrifice that the person should bring. And this ritual is always associated with the community religious worship. Yes, if a community is a believer in Ogun worship, or if a community is a believer in Shango worship, you can name it, and so on and so forth. So this ritual, this sacrifice is tend to appease or appeal to this deity in that community. So it may involve a consultation with ancestral spirits or even the community deities or a water spirit, whereby they will have to, I think in that community, they have a priest sort of that they will have to meet, is the person that will now do this consultation. So, and all these attempts is to prevent further problems from happening. And also the preventive practice, such as the isolation, cannot be said to be foreign to Nigerians as an indigenous community. So because all these things we know that when an individual, for instance, is having a disease like leprosy, even as far back as the ancient time, in our context, they isolate the person. They put the person in isolation because they don't want the person to contaminate others. So, so when you come across a question that is saying, state the categories of traditional practices that help shape public health in Nigeria, don't forget that there are these major four that we have mentioned. So endeavor to go through the explanation from your course materials and provide a precise and concise explanation to each of these categories. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So far, if we are to recap, how many categories of traditional healers do we have in Nigeria? How many? Please, let's echo it out. How many?
Four.
What and what?
Four.
Okay, what and what are they?
We have the herbalist.
The herbalist.
Okay.
Traditional surgeon.
Okay.
Traditional bone setters.
Yes.
Then spiritual healers.
Exactly.
That's spiritual
An
healers.
applaud for you. Good students. Make sure you don't forget it. So, and don't forget that when they ask you to state, don't just mention them. See, these are simple ways that students don't get their full marks. When you see a question like that and they put 8 marks, or even 4 marks, don't just itemize it, except if it says itemize. When they say state, you are to state and provide short explanation on it. With that, if each point is 1 mark, if you just mention herbalist, you will get half, you will not get 1 mark. But if you provide a short explanation of who herbalist is and an example of an herbalist, you get your full 1 mark and off you go. Okay. So we look at organizations that shaped public health. Mainly, we have 3 organizations that shape public health. And what are they? You have the federal, the state, and the local. Yeah. But how is it divided? You understand that the governmental health agency is the one is structured into 3. What and what are they? I just mentioned them now. Hello,
federal, state, and local.
Yes.
And local.
Yes, we have the federal level, we have the state level, and we have the territorial or the local level. So, and these levels are funded primarily by tax and managed by government officials. Very important. However, each governmental health agency is also designated as having authority over some geographical area. So, and that is in the context of the 3 categories that we have looked at. So I want you to go into your course materials and unpack that very well. When you say federal level, when you say state level, and of course, maybe in the latter part of this discussion, even though time is chasing us rapidly, so we'll see how I briefly explain it there. And hopefully I would also post this PowerPoint on the WhatsApp group. So we've seen that, and we know that globally, we have the World Health Organization, that is all the countries in the world. The health agency that is controlling is World Health Organization. And we know that this international governmental health agency or body looks after all the countries, and their headquarters is located in Geneva, that is in Switzerland, and they have 6 regional offices around the world. They have 6 regional offices around the world. You are as Naomi. So we see that that they have different regional office. You need to look at it. There are mainly 6, of which African region is part of them. So, but what are the functions? They also have function. Primarily, the objective or the goal of WHO. What are they? What are the objectives or the goal or the aims of WHO? Who would like to tell us? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are they? I think they are about 10. What are the objectives? Let me start you off. Yeah, 6. There are 6. Let me start you off. They provide leadership on matters critical to health and engaging in partnership where joint action is needed. Take for instance, of recent, globally, we had a pandemic of COVID-19. And in that situation, there is need for collaboration where what is being done in Nigeria is being done in US in terms of combating or fighting this virus. So over to you, class. What are the next functions, other functions of World Health Organization? I've started you off.
Good afternoon, ma.
Okay, Josephine, go ahead.
Good afternoon, ma.
Okay,
the second one.
Hello, Josephine. Okay, I think the network is not too strong or too good.
One, providing leadership on matters critical to health and engaging in partnerships where.
Okay.
Hello, ma.
We can hear you. Go
Hello.
ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
I said providing leadership on matters critical to health and engaging in partnerships.
Okay. Another point is what? Another function is what? They also shape research agenda. They also stimulate the generation and translation and dissemination of valuable knowledge. Not only that, they also monitor the health situation.
Next. Shaping the research agenda,
okay,
and stimulating generation. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So we have seen that they have basically 6 functions. And I think it was in 2015 that Millennium Development Goals comes to an end. So it is very important for you to read about Millennium Development Goals. So I was saying that it's important that you read about Millennium Development Goals. We understand that it was put in place in order to combat or eradicate poverty, alleviate, promote good health, and also protect the environment, as well as human rights and democracy, and also protecting the vulnerable group. But of course, we know that after 2015, the 7 areas of that was supposed to be achieved during the Millennium Development Goal was actually, to an extent, received a good progress. And then after that, a new, or yes, I would say a new, more specifically, I've mentioned to you that Millennium Development Goal aim at reducing poverty, not only poverty, but also hunger, and also tackle ill health and gender inequality, as well as lack of education and lack of access to improve drinking water and environmental degradation. But in 2016, yes, in 2016, another agenda was also formulated, which is known as what? Who wants to tell us the agenda of World Health Organization that was put together during the 2016 meeting? Who knows? Who wants to try?
Sustainable Development Goals.
Thank you. That is Sustainable Development Goals. How many goals do we have under SDGs? How many?
We have 17.
You
17.
said 17.
17.
Yes, yes.
17.
And please, yes, 17, you are right.
17
yes.
goals.
Yes, thank you. And please, I encourage you to get yourself familiarize yourself with those 7 goals. So, and the aim is to eradicate poverty, address climate change, as well as increase economic growth. So, earlier on, we've discussed about the international level of health, and we've also mentioned, now we are looking at the national level. When you say national level, what comes to your mind? When you say something is at the national level. At the national level, what comes to your mind? Or another word for national level.
To a particular country.
Yes. And in our context, what country are we looking at?
Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you. So you see, earlier on during when we first started, I said that we have national level, we have the federal level, which is also known as national level. We also have the states and the local government. Yes. So in the interest of time, I want to post this PowerPoint on our WhatsApp group as well as the page. So I'm employing you to please kindly look at it, because we will not, it's already past 5 and I'm having another class. I'm having another class after your class. So we just rush through that. We have different divisions that contribute to the overall missions of the nation. So if you look at it, read it up, and please don't limit yourself to this PowerPoint or the 1 hour alone. Please go through the course materials. I'll probably repost it to the WhatsApp group in the interest of those that will be joining us this week. Look at it. We also have the State Health Agency, that is at the state level, and each of them has their functions or their roles that has been designated for them to perform. So we've seen these are part of the state level, the developed policy. Although we have policy at the federal or at the national level, we also have at the state level, and they also ensure a competent public health and personal health care workforce. So those are the functions. And the last level that we want to look at is the local health department level. And we see that this is the grassroots level, and the most population are concentrated at the local level. See, so that is why it's very, very important that at the local level, the community public health service is taken very seriously. So before we leave class today, we've looked at the The international body also look at the national body, but there is within the national body, we also have
states.
We also have other bodies under the national body. Take for instance, we have a lot of non-governmental agencies that are supporting public health agenda or community public health agenda. True or false?
True.
True or false?
True.
True. I remember doing my NYSC. I remember.
True.
Yes. I remember immediately after I finished my NYSC, it was an NGO that I first worked with. I first worked with an NGO after my NYSC back then in Nigeria. So they also play a vital role in ensuring that the community member or community public health agenda actually come to fruition or is successful. So we have different, this non-governmental agency can be the professional bodies. They can be volunteers, they can be professional bodies, they can be philanthropists, they can also even be social workers, they can even be religious or corporate bodies. Okay. So, and in conclusion, we have actually looked at the different types of organizations that contribute to the promotion, the protection, and the maintenance of health in the community. And we have also classified this organization into three, which are what? The three categories of these organizations that promote health, protect and prevent and maintain health. They are what and what?
Structural governmental,
yes,
quasi-governmental,
yes,
and non-governmental.
Excellent, excellent. So when you see it in an exam or in your TMA, please don't put something else. That is, and I want to say thank you. I'm actually very appreciative, very grateful for those of us who are able to make it to class. I must say thank you very much. And this is where we'll end it today. And the rest of the presentation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
Any
Thank
question?
you, ma. God bless.
Any
Thank
question?
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the WhatsApp link has been posted. Please just copy it. Since the link is posted, our class rep, our able class rep, we must commend her. She's doing a very good job. She has posted the link. Please kindly join the link. You don't need to post your number in it. We are still in class. Okay, I can see Josephine's and please, you're welcome. Let's hear your thoughts or your contribution.
Good afternoon, ma'am, once again.
Afternoon.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for the interesting lecture. I hope you can hear me.
We can
Hello,
hear you. I can.
Oh. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead. Josephine, you just unmute yourself and speak.
Hello, ma.
Okay, go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma, for the lecture. I want to lodge a complaint, actually. It's concerning our TMA. We don't really know what happened. There are some errors. You know, in a situation where you have options, you have 2 options instead of 4. Sometimes you have 3. Then sometimes you have similar options. That's what we've been observing. That's the NSC 303. Now I'm talking about TMA 1. I don't know about TMA 2. So it has actually made us so sad. Let me use that language. Let me give a practical example. I don't want to mention any TMA question now. It's just my own practical example now. For example, now, if you say dash is an element of a PHC, you know, when we say dash is an element of PHC, then you now have two options. Maybe you have like a multi-sectoral approach or collaboration. Then you still have appropriate technology. We all know those two are actually elements of PHC. So in a situation like that, you have two of that, then you now have two wrong ones. So what do? One is already in a field. That is what we've been facing. So I don't know, maybe the subsequent TMAs, you kindly help us look into them. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, a quick disclaimer here. I'm actually not the one that is compiling your TMA. So is what? Yes, I am not the one.
No wonder.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one, but be sure that I will take this up and speak with the HOD in regards to that, so that they can look into that and kindly speak to the person in charge to please correct every error on that. I sincerely will apologize on behalf of the HOD and the Department of Nursing of NOUN. It will be corrected for subsequent one. I would speak with the HOD. Any other concern? Thank you.
Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. Any other concern? James, please speak before we end the class.
Okay, ma. I wanted to complain about the same thing. Okay. I have a TMA question that only have 3 options. So I don't know what to do because I'm yet to submit it. Hello, ma.
Okay, yes, I have listened to your complaint, and as soon as I'm done with this class, I will speak with the HOD, and she can kindly advise me on who to direct this complaint to if she's not in a position to advise us, because this is a serious matter, and students should not be penalized for the management error. So I would speak with the HOD.
We should
Hopefully it will be, well, it will repeat itself in TMA 2, but they will see how they can, how they will see to this one that is already given to students. But just note that I'm not the one setting the TMA question. No, I'm not. So,
okay.
But
okay,
I'll take it up.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. If there is no other complaint or question, any other person, if it's on the same issue, please, you don't need to repeat it. But any
I want to find out if we should hold on TMA before, so that you get back to us before we do.
Well, okay, let me speak with the HOD, then I will post a response. But for the TMA, I must say that I'm not in it, so I can advise you accordingly as regards to that. But let me seek the HOD's advice on that. Hopefully by tomorrow, I should be able to post a response if I'm able to get hold of her. Okay.
Okay, ma.
Yeah.
Okay, ma. Thank
you.
In
the meantime, if it goes to right answer, just take the 2 right answers. Okay. Because I don't know if it got deadline, because I know it has deadline of submission. Instead of you holding on to it and not meeting deadline. But let me hear what the HOD will say. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, welcome. I hope all of us in this class have joined our WhatsApp group. So any other?
We need the link.
Okay, yeah, the link is there. Join. Yes.
Ma, we can't find the link to join the platform.
Our able
find the link.
She has posted it. Look at it. It's on the chat. Just go through the chat. Or any of your friends, please. Our class rep, please kindly post it again before I end the class. Please just kindly help us post it so that those that the latecomers who do not see it can quickly access it.
We, the students in 300 level, I even posted it on our platforms so they can still check.
Thank you.
We have another WhatsApp.
Thank
all
you.
The 300 level.
Yeah, thank you.
So all of us are not in 300 level and we may not be on the platform. So please just kindly repost it here for us.
She's doing that right away. Chineye, we really appreciate the good work you are doing. We appreciate that for your good leadership role. Thank you. God bless you. Okay. So I'm just waiting for it to post it so that people can copy it before I end this class. I'm running late for the next class. Are you doing that, Chineye?
Yes, ma'am. Trying to do that.
Okay.
Any other person can go ahead and post.
Okay. Or if you have, for those of you who have friends who are already joined, she will post it again on the WhatsApp. They can share it with you, please. I have to end the meeting now. Okay. I sincerely apologize for any. Yes.
Okay. Can she just drop her number so I can add her?
Okay.
I'm actually on the way, on the road.
Okay, please drop your numbers, then I would forward it to her. Please. Okay. 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 So this is where we will end the class today.
Okay. You.
This is where we will end the class today. Thank you so much. See you next class. How many of you were able to, how many of you received the email I sent yesterday? I hope we do.
Yes, ma'am. I received.
Oh, good. That's good.
No, I did not receive any email. I didn't receive any email.
Please, I did not receive any mail, please.
Okay, but some received.
I didn't see any email.
Okay.
Check your school email.
Yes, use your school email. So thank you so much. This is where we'll end it today. See you in class next week, same time, same day. And let's continue to interact on our WhatsApp. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.